Fans, this is JD of Bvtvnews, and I'm back to give y'all the latest and greatest news in the sport of boxing. With that being said, man, if this is your first time on the channel, I would like to invite you to hit that subscribe button, as well as hit that notification bell so you are updated on our latest drops here at Boxing Vibes TV that occur daily. Now, let's talk a little bit about Mr. King Ryan Garcia and some statements that he made with Devin the Dream Haney on their face-off that was just released by DAZN for the lead up to their showdown in Brooklyn on April 20th. Now, Ryan Garcia essentially admitted that he bowed out and he quit in that Gervonta Tank Davis fight. Check out what Devin the Dream Haney and Ryan Garcia had to say regarding the Tank Davis bout.
And obviously, I don't want to get into that
But
again.
you quit though.
I was handicapped.
But you did quit though. So you have that in you. It's installed in you. We did see you quit.
We'll see.
You got up right after the count.
I did.
Right after.
What would you do in that situation when you're like, you're malnutrition and you're like dead?
I don't know. I can't say what
So
I would.
there you
I know. I would never quit. I would never put myself in that position that you. But you signed up
But
for
I
that.
did it.
You signed up for that.
Exactly, and I propelled
And
the
you-
sport.
you
I'm
knew-
cool with that.
Now, this is an interesting statement by Ryan Garcia, and it begs the question that we all really have to ask of ourselves, right? We really have to ask this question regarding Ryan Garcia. And the question is Ryan Garcia scamming us all? Is he really scamming us, right? Because when you hear a fighter like Ryan Garcia essentially admit that he quit in a bout, that has to make you look at him with a bit of skepticism. Now, I remember immediately in the aftermath of the Tank Davis fight, I personally was one of those people that felt like Ryan Garcia could have kept fighting on. It definitely looked like it was a quitter move by him when he did not get up from the body shot by Gervonta Tank Davis. It definitely, to me, smelled like it was him taking a fall and taking his money and getting the heck out the back door and getting his bag, going to the bank, all that kind of stuff. He knew the money was on the table. He knew the money was there for the taking. He took it and he got out. Now, but that puts him in a very interesting situation because anytime you have somebody of a Ryan Garcia magnitude who draws so many eyes to the sport, it's never a good thing when you essentially tell everybody in a bout that you quit. Because people who are looking to tune into fights, they're paying their hard-earned money for pay-per-view. You know, some people are, investing lots of money to really fly to the bout, go to these locations, get into the venue, get ringside seats, all these things. So it's not a good thing when you hear a fighter like him say that he quit. Now, what he's trying to utilize as kind of an out for the Tank Davis fight is the whole rehydration clause, all the things surrounding, the stipulations that PBC and Tank put on him. But when you really think about it, he still finessed the game because nobody forced the Ryan Garcia to pick up a pen and put it to paper and sign on the dotted line. But Ryan Garcia knew all the money that was on the table for the fight, and he still took it, but got in the ring. And when it was time for him to exit, he exited very expeditiously, as T.I. would say. Now, that puts us in a situation where we're headed to April 20th against Devin the Dream Haney. And this is going to have us in a situation where a lot of people in the boxing world are going to be looking at Ryan Garcia to see if he really is a warrior or if he's truly scamming us and just trying to cash in on payday after payday in the sport. Now, nobody can sit here and talk about someone's mental health or sit there and say what they're going through or what they're not, because that is unique and different for every individual, and we never truly know what's in a person's heart and mind. But also in this face-off, we did hear Ryan Garcia say that he believes that this fight is going to break the records from the Tank Ryan fight. So Ryan Garcia is even talking about how he's looking to push to make this fight break those records.
So I think this is the biggest fight in boxing right now. So
I'll go on the
gotta
record
give
that
Joe.
it's going to break the Gervonta fight. Like it's
The live gate.
No, the pay-per-view buys.
What do you think it'll do?
1.5. I might mess around and get 2. I'm not even kidding.
We might mess around and get 2.
So when you look at him wanting to break the records of the Tank fight, it does even make you kind of look at some of the bizarre behavior that we've seen on social media. Like, is it real? Is it fake? Is it real? Is it fake? Now, we don't really know. Some of it could be real. Some of it could be showmanship and just putting it out there on social media because he knows it'll get everybody going. But the reality of it all is that Ryan Garcia is in a position right now where he's got people who don't even care about boxing ready to tune in on April 20th to see what happens between him and Devin the Dream Haney. He's got so many different people's eyes on the sport that is good for the sport, but it will only probably truly be good in the end if on April 20th, everybody gets a magnificent bout. If we get a repeat of the Tank Davis fight where Ryan Garcia gets all these people hyped up, buying the fight, going out to bars, traveling to Brooklyn, spending their money, but he gets in there and when the going gets hard, he taps out and just goes to the bank to get his money, I believe everybody at that point will label him the biggest scammer in the sport, and nobody will trust Ryan Garcia anymore. So it's going to be very intriguing to see how this goes for Ryan Garcia on April 20th, especially when you know what happened with him in that Gervonta Tank Davis fight that he essentially has admitted. So we will see what ends up going down. I got to touch on, too, before I get out of here, in that face-off between Devin the Dream Haney and Ryan Garcia, they also had an interesting back and forth over the topic of who has a chin or not, right? Like we've seen, Devin the Dream Haney get rocked by Jorge Linares. We've seen Ryan Garcia get knocked down to the canvas, but I will say Devin the Dream Haney was right in that he's never touched the canvas, although Ryan has. But in the sport of boxing, sometimes it's a scenario where anybody can get touched at any moment, but we will definitely see on April 20th who truly has a chin, because I believe both of them are going to absolutely be going at it, and there's going to be some leather flying between Devin the Dream Haney and Ryan Garcia. They are definitely pumping this fight up to the highest level that they could do it. I believe that it is probably going to outdo the Tank versus Ryan card. I believe it's going to outdo those pay-per-views because you got Devin the Dream Haney pushing it. He's got his own YouTube series. Check that out with him in his fight camp. You got Ryan Garcia hitting social media every day, making waves with all kind of topics non-related to boxing. So this is going to be a bout that's going to be highly watched across the world. So a lot of people can't wait to tune in, but we will see what ends up happening on April 20th. But y'all let me know in the comments section if y'all think that Ryan Garcia is the biggest scammer in the sport right now, or do you think that the Tank Davis scam was just a blip on the radar and that Ryan is really back and ready to be a warrior and show everybody that he's really fighting? Let me know what y'all think about Ryan Garcia in the comment section. Remember, this is JD at Bvtvnews, and we're going to keep giving y'all the latest and greatest news. Please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that notification bell so that you are updated on our latest drops. And until next time, deuces.